The buzz is building from the sports-crazed town of Boston. The Pistons taking on the Celtics. For the Detroit Pistons, they've shown no fear so far this season. Now on the road against one of the toughest tests yet. You can bet they're salivating at the chance to cement their elite standing in this league. Celtics, Pistons. Up next on 2K Sports.
This for my city, this for the top, this for the top, this for the win, this for the win, this for the crown, this for the crown, this for my homies and girls, they know that I love them, I got them all holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city. We thank you for coming, we thank you for coming.
Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Minnesota, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
Seeing where the Celtics are, they've started out slow. It's not a lack of wanting. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. The backcourt there will be Cunningham and Ivy. And it's Duren in at the 5. And for the Celtics, the talented wing pair of Brown and Tatum. Horford and Porzingis are manning the post position. And it's Pritchard in at the 1. Greg, we know these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. In the corner, it's Harris. Gets some room on the way, and the bucket's good.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Now here's Tatum. Here's Horford. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Harris.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First trip to the line for him here.
Now on the season, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
So Horford gets 2. He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin, and they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
Cunningham's shot is off.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Horford finds Porzingis. Back to Horford. It's stolen by Cunningham. On up the court. Here's Thompson. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Pritchard, covered by Cunningham. Here's Porzingis from deep. Some solid defense from Harris.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Thompson passes to Ivy. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And the 3 ball is good. Harris has got 5.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch.
Brown against Ivy. Brown dishes to Tatum. Over Thompson. Again, the miss by the Celtics. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. The shot by Ivy, no good. Celtics trail by 3. Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal
Yeah,
foul,
from the
second
moment
team
he
foul.
entered the league, Tatum's shown so
line
many
for
different
two,
moves. A
Jason
polished
Tatum.
offensive force.
And so Tatum nails them both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. Thompson outside to the paint and taken away by Brown. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Great move by Tatum. Getting to the rim and throwing it down.
Detroit's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Peyton Pritchard.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Thompson finds Cunningham. Tries from 10. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Brown. Pass to Pritchard. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
It's always a great sign for this offense when Brown is making plays for others.
Pistons trail by 4. Here's Cunningham. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal
That one on
foul.
Horford.
Team officials are all over that.
Coach, it didn't take long for Kate Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Taking 2
Well,
shots.
Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggle. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
Now, here's Tatum. Right now, he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. And yes, it's good. Tatum's got 6.
And Tatum is an impressive athlete. So good at knifing inside and finishing at the rim.
Duran against Porzingis. Ivy, no one around him. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Celtics on offense. They're on a 9-1 run. Harris against Porzingis. Pass to Pritchard. Pocket 4. Off target from three-point range. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Pistons. It's a 5-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
Well, look, turnovers hurt you in 2 ways. You lose the possession on offense, and defensively, giveaways normally lead to easy points for your opponents.
Now Cunningham. After Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Can't get it to fall.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Horford in the post. Harris is there. Pritchard passes to Brown. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. To the left wing. Fade away. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Pass to Duran. Here's Cunningham. Up and in on the way.
Well, the physicality of the NBA takes some getting used to, but Cunningham is able to make those tough finishes.
Porzingis with a screen on Cunningham. Now here's Brown from outside the arc. The rebound by Ivy. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin is just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. And Boston has possession after the basket by Detroit. And another miss by Boston.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky.
Well, it's 7-2. Porzingis has a great view of the floor. It allows him to spot open passes.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Both teams will make substitutions. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. Fifth on the list, the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the athletes to run the break all game long. So that's their edge. They're always looking to take advantage.
Pistons trail by 3. Harris outside. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. The shot by Ivy, no good. Boston leading by 3. Right side Horford. Basket counts. Horford's got 6 points.
He's looking very confident so far. The defense is going to have to account for him.
Harris outside. Off target with his 3.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And here's a look at the stats for Beasley. How last month turned out for him. He's around 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you. He'll come up with a timely play or 2 every game.
Yeah, look, it's not about being a stat stuffer. It's about being a guy coaches can count on and an asset to the team as a whole.
And there's the 3-second call this line.
Pistons ball.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Stewart checked in for Duran. Paul Reed comes in for Jaden Ivey. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Cunningham. Now Brown following Tobias Harris's 3-point attempt. Pass to Hauser. For 3. Gets it to go from behind the arc.
And a little rhythm here. They have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
Sasser finds Reed. Back to Sasser. To the middle. Here's Harris. Pass to Sasser. Stewart with it. There's the 3. Horford with the rebound.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Here's Pritchard. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. Horford no luck. Pistons trailed by 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Personal foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Substitution on the floor.
Teams changing it up here. And Detroit has possession. Stewart kicks to Harris. Thompson a screen on Tatum. Down low. And it's out of bounds. Pass touch by Thompson.
Let's take a quick look at the numbers for Jason Tatum. and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And no one's been able to guard him out there. The defender's been trying to get physical with him, but time and time again, he just shrugs him off and drills it. Boston making a switch here. Davison's checked in. Outside Tatum. Pass to Sharman. There's the triple. Second chance effort. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
You don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For Boston, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's not work. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
Now here's Beasley. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Milwaukee. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. Thompson outside. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Hauser. Boston leading by 11. 1:31 left to play here in the first. Here's Tatum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Do it. Second
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Well, there's no question that Tatum is one of the best scorers in the game today. And because he was so good at such a young age, it's easy to forget how young he still is.
And the Pistons making a change here. Reed's checked in, and that one good.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Sharman. Launches it. Good. It's Tatum picking up the assist. And the Celtics lead by 13.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And so it's Boston with it. Winning the miss by Malik Beasley from deep. Hauser the pass to Cornette. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Davison. He's covered by Sasser. Puts up a deep 3. Hauser misses. Pistons trail by 13. Over in the corner, Sasser. Thompson outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Thompson's got 5 now.
Well, he can get you the ball in a number of ways. That time with a great bounce pass.
And so it's Boston with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, Stensel?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. You've got Paul Reed. Marcus Sasser is out there with Malik. Beasley. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. Pass to Reed. For three, Beasley drains it from beyond the arc.
Beasley.
Beasley's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Detroit. Boston shooting in this game 45%. Here's Davison. No scoring in this one. Takes it from 10. Shot up 2 there.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside, able to practically play on top of the D.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to help. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
And Beasley drops both of them. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Heat. Davison, the pass to Tatum.
Pistons.
Our 2K leaderboard up on the screen now, giving you a look at the small forward position and the players with the most rebounds per game this year. The 4th spot held by Asar Thompson.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
Yeah, so much of it comes down to effort and energy. You can be any size, well, practically any size, and make a big difference on the glass.
Now Tatum, following the miss by Malik Beasley from deep. Pass to Tatum. Shot clock at 5. From past the arc. Rebound by the Pistons. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense. It's hard to get a win when that's the case.
And you look at Asar Thompson, coach, already imposing at the defensive end of the floor.
He certainly is, Kevin. And that's what they got him to do. But it's the offensive end where he has to make strides, especially in his three-point shooting. It's problematic for a perimeter player who struggles to get the ball in the basket.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 8. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Reed. Back to Sasser. And here's Thompson. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Outside, Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. The 3 is drilled by Tatum.
And Tatum takes a lot of threes. And you see why, given he has this kind of attitude.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And a look now at some of the players we can expect to see in this year's dunk contest. Always one of the great events of All-Star Weekend.
It is, Kevin. You just can't take your eyes off it. The ideas those guys come up with, and then the guts it takes to pull them off, always blows me away.
We'll take a look at Thompson. He's definitely got a shot at making it to the top 4 slots this year. We'll just have to see if he ends up moving up.
Listen, I know this guy is hoping he gets the opportunity to be a part of it this year, and it would be a huge disappointment for him if he's not able to showcase some of those phenomenal dunking skills.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, here are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
It's good. And now it's an 11-point Celtic lead.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
It's Reed, top of the key. Back to Sasser. This one for 3. A nice shot by Reed. Reed's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Pass to Davison. Stewart with the steal. From downtown, and Tatum pulls it down.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And that one is clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. It can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Porzingis. Detroit also making some changes. Jalen Duren comes in for Paul Reed. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Thompson.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
Here's Sasser. Nothing on the board. Pass to Duren. Here's Beasley. Cunningham outside. And he could not get that one to go. Eye contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
The first one falls.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect in line so far here in the second quarter.
He's off on the second.
Well, the pressure on Cunningham when he came into the league was immense. He's gone through adversity, but he's never stopped working to improve.
It's stolen by Cunningham. Pass to Sasser. Cunningham against Brown. Duren with a screen on Brown. And Duren slams it in.
Assist goes
Physical
to
play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
Here's Pritchard. He has 7. Brown wide open. He fired. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. And the Celtics lead by 9.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Cunningham dishes it to Beasley. A 3. And that one's good. Second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Here's Pritchard. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Horford, no luck.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Now, here's Stewart. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Pritchard. He's covered by Sasser. Brown against Cunningham. Brown the pass to Cornett. From the arc, Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got 10 points.
Matching baskets from the perimeter are a part of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Duren sets the screen for Beasley. Picked away. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Pistons. Duren's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's Beasley on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Offensive rebound. Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Well, positioning and size win during the offensive rebound, which he then cashes in on.
Here's Pritchard. He's got 10. Nice ball movement by Boston. Down down to 5 on the shot clock. Fournette kicks to Horford. From outside, off the mark.
Boston
You
foul.
don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Personal
And
foul.
you take a look at Jalen Durant. Big man Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Managed a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tobias Harris comes in for Isaiah Stewart. Lance Thompson in for Malik Beasley. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Tatum kicks to Porzingis. Horford the pass to Tatum. Inside. Porzingis inside. He's covered by Thompson. Porzingis can't hit. There's the lob to Durant. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Assist from
What timing on the alley-oop from Durant. That speaks to the chemistry and connection he has with his guys.
Here's Pritchard. Horford kicks to Brown. His three-pointers off the mark. Detroit's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. To the inside. Here's Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
The Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. Inside. It's tipped. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. The three-pointer no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Here's Hank. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. 9 feet out. Out of bounds. Boston takes possession.
And here's a look at the stats for Cunningham. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Averaging 22 points per, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to defend on.
Porzingis passes to Tatum. Back to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
The kick out to Cunningham. And he banks in the lane. Cunningham's got 6 points.
Just showing some man strength there. Cunningham gifted at working through the contact.
Porzingis with a screen on Durant. 1:25 left in the first half of the game. And the basket by Hauser.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like that open beyond the arc.
Harris outside. To Cunningham. Harris outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Harris has got 5 points in the quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now, here's Brown. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. The 3 from Tatum. Detroit with the rebound. The kick out to Cunningham. Gets that one to drop. That's his third field goal in 8 tries.
Cunningham making it go in the thick of things.
The Celtics have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. Here's Pritchard, covered by Cunningham. The 3 from Tatum. Rebound by the Pistons. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Harris. In the corner, it's Duran. And that would have counted, but the shot was off the mark this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The Detroit Pistons finding themselves in a closely contested game.
I love the depth of this team, man. Their subs have been huge tonight, giving them a scoring punch that they've needed most.
And credit their coach for a rather liberal substitution pattern. He mixed and matched beautifully in that first half. Now let's go ahead and recognize the Player of the Month Award recipients. The Eastern Conference winner, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
After a while, some guys get comfortable. Now Giannis, he continues to work hard, adding layers to his game.
Yeah, with his success, it fuels his will to win, Shaq, rather than diminishing it.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
If you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
The Pistons leading. Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. Then there's Brown, and there's Porzingis, and it's Pritchard in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here is Harris. Pass to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point land, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Harris has got 14 points for the game.
And so far, Harris is having his way on offense. The defense just has not found an answer for his energy on that end.
In the corner, Tatum with it. It's stolen by Harris. Cunningham outside. Driving to the basket. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Oh, nasty dunk there by Cunningham. This is why he went first overall. He's got length, skill, and athleticism.
Here's Pritchard. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by Harris. Pistons leading by 6. For the 3. An offensive rebound. The kick out to Cunningham. Gets the three-point before. He's got 13.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Brown outside. Pass to Tatum. They get it. Tatum off 3 of his own.
A nice shot by Tatum. Answering the 3 from the other end.
Bounce pass from Cunningham. Duran with the screen on Brown. That's a 2 from Cunningham. Pass to Thompson. Now, here's Ivy. Not a lot of room. Harris's shot is good.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Pritchard. He's got 10. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And it's off from three-point range. Pass to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And there's a call on Tobias Harris. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Thompson against Tatum. Brown outside. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Brown's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
It's time for the next dance. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Pistons. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, there's Boston. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
And you know, for the Celtics, not a perfect start to the season, but they're in a position where all it takes is one modest winning streak to jump into that top spot.
Well, and what they're focused on most, being in that top spot after the last game of the year, it's all about that championship trophy.
And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. You've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. They're still together.
Smart thinking by Tatum there. Once he got the swipe, he was locked in on going all the way.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've led by as much as 10. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. Game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
First team foul.
Thompson, the kick out to Cunningham. And all in that time before dropping in. Cunningham's got 7 now in this quarter. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Pritchard. 10 points for him. Just to Porzingis. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 11 rebounds in the game. Now Ivy, scoreless thus far. And that's an intentional foul.
Peyton Pritchard. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And taken away by Brown.
Well, I don't know what happened during halftime, but he just hasn't had his focus since the break. Too many careless turnovers.
Back to Tatum. It's blocked.
Well, I want to see more of this from Durham. Nice effort using his size to make an impact defensively.
Ivy kicks to Cunningham. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game. Celtics trail by 7 as the son of two professional athletes, Dan, Jaden Ivey was raised around sports. He knows the culture.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. His grandfather and father both played professional football. His mom played in the WNBA. She's now a college coach, but she also spent some time as an assistant with the Grizzlies. This guy has had sports from the time he was born.
Now, here's Ivey, following the miss by Porzingis.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And bringing the aggression and the energy, two things you like to see from Porzingis.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan. Stewart's checked in for Tobias Harris. Malik Beasley comes in for Jaden Ivey. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Cunningham. Pistons leading by 5. Pass to Duren. Beasley against Brown. Stewart with a screen on Brown. Beasley outside. Just 4 to shoot. Fader on the way. A rebound by the Celtics. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Tatum. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Celtics making a switch here. Davison's checked in, and that one falls for Tatum. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What are some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Wasted no time on that one. And 12 points now in the game from Ausar Thompson.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Pass to Pritchard. Over Thompson. It's hauled in by Stewart. Pistons leading by 5, and it's Beasley in the corner. Back to Sasser. Tatum against Stewart. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. All Reeves checked in for the Pistons. Fontecchio's coming in for Thompson.
To the lineup for the Pistons, Paul Reed.
Here's Sasser. Provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Drops in the breakaway lane. Pritchard's got 12 points in the game. The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Pass to Reed. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Back to Sasser. It's Beasley on the wing. Fontecchio, 5 on the clock. Stan, you just said there's one thing about Fontecchio. He can outscore the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, he's really a consistent shooter, but he can score in other ways as well. You'd like to see him get to the free throw line more, but that might just be a little nitpick.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike. Celtics trail by 4. Davison, the pass to Cornette. And the foul on Marcus Sasser. That's foul number 2 for him.
Pistons substitution, number 34, Bobby Portman.
Davison hasn't made one yet. Tatum passes to Cornette. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Look, Tatum draws so much attention. Someone's bound to be open.
Up top, Reed. Back to Sasser. Beasley right side. 5 to shoot. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Cornette. Cornette's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Davison. Out to the right wing. Hauser the pass to Tatum. Over Reed. And a kind roll down Tatum off the rim as it unfolds. Tatum's got the game tied up here for Boston. Detroit's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Sasser with it. Pass to Stewart. Detroit, no good that time either. Boston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Hauser. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Pistons have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second-half shooting percentage right at 50%. And the rejection by Tatum.
And there's Tatum's link showing up at the defensive end. What a play.
Shooting for Detroit. Sasser at the line for 1.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Both teams deciding to change it up. .131 left here in the third quarter. Reed with it. Out-guarded by Tatum. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Stewart. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Here's Davison. Still without a basket. In the corner. Tatum with it. For the lead. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
The pure skill and agility of Tatum on full display. To be able to beat the foul and still get his bucket.
The Pistons making a change here. Waters is checked in. 58 seconds left to play in the third. Now Sasser. 2 free throws coming up. And they call the shooting foul. And now let's bring you the list of the top three-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
Well, this has been a hot three-point shooting team, and it starts with their passing, moving the ball to get quality looks.
Holland, he's checked in for the Pistons. Sasser hits them both. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Davison. Pass to Tatum. Here's Cornette. Tatum on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, this is the kind of pressure Tatum puts on defenses. He forces them to compromise with the foul.
Quite a few trips to the line in this one, and he's making them count, going 8% at the line so far. Brown, he's checked in for the Celtics. And a switcher also for Detroit. Montecchio's checked in.
Well, not a perfect trip for the line, but he gets the one he needed to put them in the driver's seat.
Just to Sasser. Back to Beasley. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Sasser with it. Here's Montecchio. Good on the triple. And the Pistons lead by 2. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
It's good from long range.
Matching baskets from the perimeter at the heart of today's game.
Well, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Celtics. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Detroit, Malik Beasley out there with Marcus Sasser. Then it's Simone Fontecchio. Then it's Reed, and it's Stewart in at the 5, roaming the paint to the middle. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Sasser gets the bucket.
What a time for him to step up. Big 3 right there.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity in this league.
Here's Davison. Pass to Shireman. And here's Brown outside. Cans it from downtown.
Yeah, and after not making any triples in the first half, that's his second since the break.
Now, Fontecchio. He's covered by Brown. Now Beasley. Offline from the top of the key.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or 2.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Pass to Stewart. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Preparation paying off for Stewart. He was on his spot and ready to go the second he got the ball.
Here's Shireman. Now here's Brown. Davison, the pass to Brown. And he converts the layup. Brown's got 5 points now this quarter.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Sasser with it. Pass to Stewart. The 3. The rebound by Davison. Celtics with the lead. Horford kicks to Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 3 assists now in this one. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. To the paint, here's Reed, and the dunk by Reed.
Assist.
Just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Davison, the pass to Horford. Here's Cornette. Here's Shireman, covered by Beasley. To the wing on the left. The shot from 20 feet away. Rebound by the Pistons. He's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Stewart. It's hauled in by Cornette. Cornette's got his 6th rebound on the night. Horford against Beasley. Yes, and the foul. It's going to be on Malik Beasley.
Good job here.
Malik Beasley.
Inside in the second half. Sound strategy with the lead.
Zinkis is checked in for Luke Cornette. And a switcher also for Detroit. Kay Cunningham's checked in for Fontecchio.
Shooting 1.
throw good. Horford. Well, Greg, Boston didn't just win the title. They won their 18th NBA championship in style.
No series more than 5, going 16-3 in the postseason, Kevin. Half of those wins were by 15 or more. The Celtics really weren't even challenged during that title.
Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Great 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And Kevin, if you look at Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
No good on the second free throw.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
Cunningham on the wing. And the shot goes down. Cunningham's got 21 in the game.
Yeah, after a slow start to the game, he's been productive and efficient here in the second half.
Takes it inside. Round the pass to Tatum. And the 3 off target.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
That puts them in the lead. And the Pistons lead by 1. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Here's Pritchard. He's covered by Sasser. Here's Shireman. And Cunningham with the block.
Cunningham has great length for his position, and he uses it right there.
And the Celtics making a change here. Hauser's checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Paul Reed. And Ivy subbed in from Hardesano.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Down low. And Duren slams it in.
Assisted.
And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
And Cunningham's size at his position allows him to see over defenders and find his teammates.
And stolen by Ivy. And now the fast break. Ivy with the ball. Here's Cunningham. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And there you see Cunningham's willingness to take contact to battle for the shot inside.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
Thompson surveying the floor. Pass to Cunningham. Duren with it. Thompson outside. 4 on the clock. Harris, good.
How about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Outside Tatum. Here's Porzingis. Down low. Ivy defending. Shot to stop the run. Brown, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Ivy up top. Pass to Cunningham. Over Brown. And Detroit again with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
For Boston's own Celtics Entertainment.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Joe Mazzulla was going over with his team. He was not pleased. He said, you guys look dead out there. Told him they've got to play with more activity. And then he said, this is not going to cut it. I have to see
it. Out to Porzingis. Pass to Pritchard. Buries the long-range jumper.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, but more in store.
Thompson with it. Out guarded by Tatum. Here's Ivy. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. Outside, Horford. And here's Brown. Ivy defending. Brown against Ivy. And it's Brown missing.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Cunningham. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the right side. Horford. The rebound by Ivy. Ivy's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Harris outside. To Duran. Back to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Boston. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. Porzingis with a screen on top. Here's Pritchard over in the corner. Brown. Porzingis into the 3.
What a flush. Great athleticism.
Leading by 6. Ivy kicks to Harris. Pass to Duran. Duran with a screen on Tatum. Thompson with the bucket. And the Pistons lead by 8.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
Together for Celtics Entertainment.
And the Celtics making a change here. Bowser's checked in.
Your squad, get loud and let them hear it. It's time.
And the
for
Celtics win possession here.
Now into the lineup for the Celtics.
Here's Pritchard.
Sam Hauser.
Pass to Hauser. Duran against Porzingis. To the inside. And stolen by Harris. One-on-one fast break. Here's Thompson. And Thompson slams it out.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punch it home like that.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Porzingis with a screen on Cunningham. It's stolen by Cunningham. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Cunningham. And stolen by Tatum.
Well, that's just a great feel for where the ball was going. He got himself in the right place and made the steal.
And nice shot by Brown.
One of the smoother athletes in the game. Brown just sort of glides up toward it.
Cunningham with it. Out guarded by Porzingis. Porzingis with the block. There's 1:38 left here in the 4th quarter. Porzingis with a screen on Ivy. Wide open the door for Porzingis. And another basket for Boston.
Well, the thing is, you got to be very careful when Porzingis gets that catch-and-shoot game working.
Cunningham against Brown. Pass to Thompson. Takes a 3. And Duran slams it in.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
If it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Tatum.
What a big-time bucket. Tatum stepping up as a leader and coming through for his team.
Cunningham hits the bucket.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Here's Porzingis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jalen Duren.
Personal foul.
Using smarts instead of just strength. Porzingis uses the feint before attack.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
And that's a situation where you must make them all to get back into the game.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Here's Pritchard, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Cunningham with it, picked up by Brown. Cunningham passes to Ivey. And an intentional foul right there.
Kristaps Porzingis, third personal foul.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
This free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. It's stolen by Cunningham. So the Pistons take the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we present the player of the game, Cade Cunningham.